So today we're playing session 11 of Apocalypse Keys, and we are in between missions. Last time we finished Weep Behind Clean. Next week we are starting the Mananangal murders, and today we have a episode that I preliminarily called A Day at the Field Office, where we have a few goals in mind. The most important one is to have a proper send-off for Lady Baptiste and Shane. And I was a bit wondering if we want to retire Lady Baptiste altogether or hope that next time the daylight savings rolls around and you're able to play with us again, we are still playing. But I think if that happens, you can just make a new character rather than leaving Lady Baptiste in an unfinished plot hook.
I mean, we'll just see what we're going to play to find out, I think.
I guess, yeah. And so my idea today was to do very little rolling, unless you want to, and also for me to lean back and let you have scenes that you want to explore. And I came up with a little framing device in our division headquarters section of our Discord. I wrote down 3 characters that will interview you, and I took a cue from Lovecraft-esque in that we're going to rotate who plays who. So always one character and 3 interviewers. And just to read out what I have written down, the interviewers are the Yorkshire Tickler, who is the director of Mortal Relations and deals with public relations, media, and narrative control. His purview is PR and spin management. And I also wrote down a few clues about how you could play them, but ultimately that is up to whoever plays them. And Chainsmoker Bill, who we already know, who's the head of finances and logistics, his department is infrastructure, cost mitigation, and containment operations. So he deals with what it all costs and the logistics of cleaning up after you just creating an earthquake and a flood and killing like hundreds of people in that. Then Dr. Sanjavaro, the director of ethics and human stability, who deals with moral oversight, internal security, and ruin prevention. And her purview is to make sure that the monsters don't turn harbinger, and to have an eye on that and how they feel with stuff. And I thought that might be a fun framing device. And we're going to have the first interview for Lady Baptiste at the start of the session. Then I thought not Bill teased, fuck's sake, Ridian after the first break, and then Virtus after the second break. Mostly so.
Can I just say I just love the harbinger drift detection just as the term. It's great.
That's nice. But before we do that, do we have any advances we need to take care of?
I have a ruin advance, and I've decided the most narratively coherent one is getting a new ruin. What was it called? A ruin condition. However, I feel like I would like to reserve the right to change what that is.
Okay.
Depending on what happens today.
But
okay. For now, it shall be guilty.
So you basically okay. So you got it.
Yeah.
So
but it might change to ruthless.
Yes. So the ruin conditions are, if I remember correctly, always ticked. And it means you can always play towards them. Okay. And then our starting moves. Virtus, who is your heart today?
You're on mute still.
I think it's going to be the person who encouraged me to stamp on the baby.
It wasn't a baby.
Yeah, you tell yourself that.
At that point, I'm imagining it wasn't. Right. I certainly didn't last week. I imagined that it was, some kind of remnants of husk of spirit or something. But anyway, yes. So Lady Baptiste.
Okay. And then speaking of
Sorry,
the good,
can I just ask, do I need to know anything about what being your heart entails?
Not
Okay.
really, because we're not going to be doing any dice rolling particularly or anything in this session, but just I feel like I have, I've given you are my sort of guiding light,
Oh,
but
oh.
yeah.
and I'm not forbidding you from doing dice rolling. If you play review your heart moves, that is perfectly sensible to do that.
Or torn between, I guess, as well. Is
Yeah,
probably
absolutely.
appropriate.
Or if it comes to that, like Unleash the Dark or something, we don't know what happens. At least I don't. And Lady Baptiste, what have you been dreaming of lately?
Well, I think that it makes sense that Lady Baptiste has yet another iteration of the dream where she confesses her feelings to Ridian.
Uh-huh.
And in this version of the dream, maybe it goes well. And the reason that I say this is like, to me, it makes sense that Lady Baptiste's like climax is to actually, in the real world, tell Ridian that she's in love with them and
Mm,
see how that goes. So I feel like if she has the dream and it goes well, then that, pushes her in real life to give it a try.
that's beautiful. Well, that is actually a bit where it makes sense to roll, because that is a move.
Let's see. Shall I add any darkness tokens? Do I have any? I've got 5. So I have to add at least 1 to avoid my breaking point, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to do that. Just 1. That's an 11. What does an 11 do?
On an 11 plus, the experts reveal a living nightmare hiding within your subconscious, but you uncover a key. The keeper describes the nightmare you catch a glimpse of before it escapes into the real world. Declare an irrevocable truth about the mystery that you learn from the nightmare. Rewrite or add a facet of the mystery that reflects this.
All
The
right.
mystery being Mananangal murder.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a bond so that I get to an 8 to 10.
Okay.
Mainly, I mean, partly just for it's better, but partly because I think it's a little premature to start declaring irrevocable truths about the mystery before we've started it and when I won't be playing it. So I will spend a bond with Ridian to turn that into a 10.
Okay, on an 8 to 10, the experts are able to pass your dreams effectively and you uncover a key. In addition, the keeper describes someone who features prominently in the dream, gain a bond with them. Okay, let me parse the keys for the next mystery to see what I'm taking there. Oh yeah, why not? Why not just go with the second most bizarre, since we already had the most bizarre last time? That is a small and crooked shrine to a forgotten god of pain and violence who destroyed their own name. Well, let's see how we, think it's obvious how we put that in. Okay, so it's a iteration of the last 2 dreams. So we're again in the Lady and the Tramp-like restaurant. Although, like I re-listened the episode from 2 weeks ago where Sina clocked the Lady and the Tramp reference. My reference was more 90 sitcoms, actually. So we are again in this restaurant, same situation. You're sitting opposite one another. And Virtues, last time you told us what the unnerving detail was that told us subconsciously that everything is very wrong. What is the detail that tells us that everything is very, very much right this time?
So last time it was the paintings were all upside down. I think this time it's actually that there's a really warm atmosphere in terms of the like there are a lot of other people at tables, and there's waiting staff rushing around with lots of food that looks really good and smells really good, and it's just that sort of like, really that positive, exciting, I'm having a meal and it's awesome kind of feel.
Yes, yes. And where last time the rain was quite oppressive, the first time it was kind of neutral, I think. This time it has the quality of a sunny autumn day, where the rain is more romantic than anything else, as its dappled reflections are running down Ridian's face. And what does Ridian look like today in this iteration of the dream, Sina?
I wonder if it's I don't know. I wonder if there's something that Lady Baptiste particularly likes in terms of their looks and their outfits, which is a very lazy way of asking you to do it. But but I think it would be fitting that it's like the perfect version.
Well, I mean, you normally wear an ill-fitting costume, so I think that maybe like it's just that your costume fits well, like it's nicely tailored, or you know, yeah, just that your usual sort of slovenly outfit has been carefully put together.
Yeah, maybe it's the three-piece suit from the beginning, from the first session, but this time it actually fits, and the shoes are like nice and new rather than scuffed.
Nice. I mean, maybe like carrying that a bit further, like the suit is, because Lady Baptiste from the 1400s, maybe it's a more archaic version of the suit, with the sort of tailoring flourishes of
Oh yeah, sure.
top coat.
That is a lovely idea.
Yes.
Like let's run with that and say that also the rest of the restaurant reflects much more the times when you were alive and presumably more happy.
Well,
Like I don't imagine like bar wenches and knights in armor, but it's all a bit more brightly colored and a bit more refined in an old-fashioned way.
Yeah, or maybe it's even little memories of times that you've had over the past 400 years.
Yes.
At each table is a really lovely memory that you have from that time.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 tables.
that sounds right.
Yeah. All the faces you see are in some way faces that you used to know and had good times with. Or at least reminiscent of them. And there's your scene setting, Buchu.
Well, I mean, the dream just starts exactly as all these other dreams have started, with, Lady Baptiste somewhat nervously telling Ridian that she has something important to tell you, and I mean, no less awkwardly, but maybe this time there's the sound of, like violins starting to play, like not quite a love theme yet. Maybe it's even more like tense music at first. And so Lady Baptiste will say, Ridian, I love you. I've always loved you. And then she looks at you expectantly.
Okay. I think this time, also in variation to the first time, Ridian will say, I know, but in a really warm tone, and sort of, taking your hand. And sorry, all I've ever done is just wait for you to be able to admit that. And yeah, maybe they will just lean over and try and kiss you.
Well, I mean, I am a cloud of vapor, but like whatever the
Yep.
equivalent of kissing is happening. And the
Yeah,
strings are
exactly.
like rising. The love theme is really like blaring now. The lighting is softer. Uh, everyone is
Yeah,
happy.
we had a kiss, we had a hug with the vapor cloud, so I'm sure
Okay, it's
something
true.
Are you
something is
more
happening.
corporeal in your dream than in real life?
Oh
No,
yeah.
not at
No, this time no? Okay.
Hmm.
No, because I think that like I mean obviously part of this is about like her genuine love for Ridian, but part of the like the utopian or the real like delight in this dream is just being accepted for who she is, like not feeling like a monster.
Hmm.
And I think that's where the dream ends.
Yeah. Uh,
Except for the
Except for
small
the clue.
shrine. Yes.
yeah, I'm wondering if I'm taking a different clue, but it's a bit difficult to include that. Um, um, we have a think of that. Just a second. I mean, the clue doesn't have to come from the dream. And I don't know how to include the small and crooked shrine with that beautiful romantic display.
Hmm.
So I'm going to say no. That fits really nicely because it doesn't look like a clue on the first instance, but it is one. The clue in the book reads: "A mirror that splits your reflection in half. One half moves of its own accord and speaks with a strange voice no one can recognize." And as you kiss over Ridian's shoulder, you see your reflection in the window, and exactly that happens. That your I gotta go to the door. Just a second. I'll be back.
Sorry, I'm just reading the prompts for the scenes.
Oh, they're so good.
I think some books arrived at my door. Um, so yes. So and your reflection cuts in half, and one half of it looks impatient and angry in a way that you do recognize from when Lady Death was around, and speaks in a language you don't understand and seems to be trying to tell you something very urgent.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and write that into the uncovered keys section, and then you can, of
I just
course,
put it in the mirror.
in the mirror. Okay, let me see. Split half, one half looks impatient, and yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yes. And with that, you wake up. Was there anything in particular that you would like to do between the end of the last session and your downtime at HQ?
Not
All
sure.
of you? Or do we just want to hard frame to the
I think
people?
that Lady Baptiste did somewhat begrudgingly admit to Vertus that he didn't do altogether badly on the mission.
That is appreciated. So in our session 0, we established that there might be a super secret central headquarters somewhere that nobody knows. But other than that, Division is a very decentralized organization. So I think the logical next step for you would be to go to the Albuquerque field office that has been stewarded by Virtues for the past, what was it, like 20 years? perfect, but a bit drab. And as you go there are 3 people sitting like in the locked office, and of course Ridian immediately recognized Chainsmoker Bill. You've had quite a few talks so far, and the other 2 might
Not a
not
fan.
be might he's been nothing but nice to you. The other 2 might or might not be unknown. I don't know. I leave that to you if you have had contact with them before. One of them is presenting as male at least, and is a bit too tall and lanky for his brown corduroy suit that looks like it's from the 80s. Has thinning hair that is slicked back, and also a bit too long nose. If I were to cast him, I would maybe have him played by David Thewlis. And specifically, I'm thinking of David Thewlis' character in the second season of Fargo.
How do you write that name?
That is, I'm gonna write it in the chat. Oh, they're going back and
I do
forth.
not know this person.
Yeah, I had to Google it as well.
Say again?
I also had to Google him.
I'll just look up an image of the character I mean specifically. VM Varga.
Oh, is it Thewlis?
Yes. And
would not have guessed that spelling. Fantastic. What a face.
He gives you a short curtsy and says, "Oh, it's nice of you to come in. We are from HQ, and we do have a few things that we'd like to talk about, if you don't mind." Bill is like standing. No, actually, I'm not playing Bill in the first scene. What is Bill doing, Teast? And what does Bill look like today? We haven't really described him yet, I think.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I mean, he's chain smoking, isn't he? He's out the front of the office, throwing a cigarette on the ground and stamping it out with his foot, and then immediately lighting up a new one. I think in terms of looks, I think he's probably he's him male presenting at the moment, and I think he's also in a suit, but the opposite to the Yorkshire Tickler. He's almost busting out of it. He's quite large, and the suit is straining at the edges, and he has a heavy 5 o'clock shadow, and his eyes, I think, also are quite dark, with lack of sleep.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, sorry, is there more?
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Okay. And lastly, Sina, what does Dr. Senja Varo look like today? The head of moral oversight, internal security, and ruin prevention.
Ooh, I think she is. Wait, it's the. Oh God, I was just about to go with something that would not fit at all.
What was it?
No. Anyway, I think she's wearing like a sort of flowy silk blouse, loose fitting but well tailored. and some like crisp linen pants, once again flowy and it just fits with the weather, but she still looks very well put together. She's got her hair, I think her hair is just like tied up in like a sort of a loose bun, and it's sort of, I think, is it mouse brown with a few gray streaks?
Mhm.
She's got some glasses that are like deliberately oversized with a big, big chunky frame. And some rather maybe, compared to the rest of the clothing, rather eclectic choice of chunky jewelry. I'm sorry it's so vague, but
No,
yeah.
it's great.
And well, she especially in comparison to the Yorkshire tickler, has the warmest expression and just like this big smile, like, oh, see you all here. We really just need to make sure that that you're all right and that things didn't affect you too badly. And yeah,
Sweet.
this is not an audit. Don't worry.
That's great. Virtuous, since you've been maintaining the Albuquerque office, actually, no, let's do it in play. The tickler steps forward and says, Mr. Virtuous, I'm sure you have a room where we could go and talk.
Yes, of course. I think we could probably use the kitchen. I mean, it only has a coffee machine in it, so it should be able to fit us all in. Fit. Be used as an interview room. Yes.
Yes, or we were conducting a solitary interview, so it only needs to be big enough for 4 people.
Okay.
Miss Baptiste, would you mind following us?
I'll be with you in just a moment.
Thank you.
And then she'll wait for the 3 of them to leave and turn to Virtus and go, I thought this was your duty station. You're going to let them push you around like this?
Well, but they're the bosses. You do what the bosses say, right?
Are you the boss here?
Well, yeah, I'm like duty manager, but they run the whole shebang. I'm just in charge here, right? And they're above, and so they're the ones who say what to do.
Lady Baptiste takes a deep breath and sighs and says, well, we'll talk about this more later. And then she'll float off down the hall in the direction of the meeting room.
Ridian
I think,
is
yeah,
nervously chewing their nails.
I think Virtus has the sort of seed of doubt planted by Lady Baptiste's questioning, and it's almost the first time that he's that sort of thought of not doing what the boss says has crossed his mind.
That's nice. Okay, I wrote down a few points of order for us. That is just what I could come up with. If you have other things that you think would be interesting to explore, be my guest. I just put that down so you're not totally flying blind. Yeah, as Baptiste comes in, Tease, what do you think? What does the kitchen look like, really? Since it's your kitchen.
Awful.
Utilitarian?
Yeah, well, not even utilitarian, right? It's got a sink, it's got a little bit of counter space, but pretty much all of the counter space is taken up by this little one of those American drip coffee machine things. So not an espresso or anything like that. just sitting on it, you know, and it's been boiled dry however many times, and then this tiny wooden table with 4 chairs around it, and but you know they all creak in different directions, right? If you know, if in fact, I think um, probably Bill is feeling somewhat, you know, like this might be a dangerous chair for him to be sitting on for an extended period, because you know his mass is a bit more than the others. So yeah, just awful.
Beautiful. Yes,
My
after
coffee
you've also.
machine. Sorry.
Sorry, what?
I was just saying that coffee machine's description already gave me acid reflux.
And I love how you said American coffee machines as if we don't have them.
Oh yeah, the Germans also tend to.
Yeah,
I don't have
Germans
one of
love to
those
drink
though.
coffee as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, as you sit down, the tickler just, I guess, as the face man of the company, just starts the interview by saying, I don't actually have that much to clear up with you, Baptiste. I think
Well,
you.
good. Let's get this over with. My
Yes.
time is precious.
Yeah. Let me start with a commendation. And he looks at Bill, and I think I might be taking away something from old Bill here by saying that I was very impressed with how you managed the situation with the dead that were so thoughtlessly dug up by Instavids. That was very commendable. However, Instavids is putting a little bit of, shall we say, pressure on us in regards to your destruction of their film set. And they were not happy about that. And you might have noticed, or might have not, I don't know how, as the young people say, in tune you are, that they have been cranking out a few news stories and also TV shows that talk very unfavorably about your antics in Barcelona. Most importantly, the eclipse that you caused there and the flooding, the subsequent flooding. And I was just wondering if you would be willing to maybe do some public interviews and some charity work in response to that, to, you know, soften the waves, because they have been ramping up the anti-Omen class monster sentiments in the public recently.
So Lady Baptiste is thinking about whether this would be a good time to open the door of the Blood Queen of pain and torture and love and hate to deal with the situation, but she restrains herself and she says, "Mr. Tickler, was it?
Yes, the Yorkshire tickler to be precise.
Mr. Tickler, what year were you born?"
1925. Why?
1925. Well, I was born in the 1400s, and to me, you are an infant. Now, how many Omen class monsters, how many Harbingers have you personally defeated, captured, killed?
Well, I've cleaned up after people like you enough, more time
I
than I
think
could, I care to count. But let's not get into.
I think Val will probably interject,
Oh,
like going, sort of, you know, even sort of moving her hand in front of the tickler and going, Lady Baptiste, I understand that your work puts you under a lot of strain and it is incredibly important work. And I understand that sometimes, you know, oh God, what is the word? fantastic German saying.
Oh, maybe I know it.
Wo gehobelt wird, werden fallen Späne.
Oh, I knew it a second ago. It's the idea of if you do something, there will be collateral. And what is an English saying for
Like
that?
like things fall down when you're trying to sew some wood, right? Like you always get debris. I don't know. I can't. You know what I mean. But
Okay.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
Right.
you can't
Oh,
expect
And I know
containing
that I know the
a
saying.
harbinger
yeah,
Sorry.
to
you
go just.
can't make you can't make
Omelette without
Right,
cracking
yeah.
the
yeah,
eggs. That is the
Oh
saying in
yes, you
English.
yeah,
can't make an omelet without cracking an egg. Thanks.
yeah.
Yes. But please, you have to understand. It's just we are obviously concerned for the well-being of all monsters that are within division, and not every one of them is as powerful as you are. And these sentiments, these anti-monster sentiments, are incredibly dangerous to many of the monsters in our care. And you'd do us a great favor, and you would help them out if you could try and cooperate with this PR campaign. You know how they are in humans.
Yeah. Listen, Instavid, they're making a power move. I think it's not just on their social media platforms. They no, I've seen some budget moves. I've seen some various legislative, lobbying and so forth. They have not taken kindly to our actions here, and we need to deal with the as you say, the broken eggs that we've caused.
You are aware that the CEO of Instavids was a giant floating fetal baby who was murdering the homeless to siphon their power to open a door of the apocalypse.
Yeah, but think
Yes,
of the
yes.
state, the shareholders.
About that,
The real
I,
monsters.
I did want to just make sure that well, taking part in killing this giant fetus, that didn't leave a mark on you. So if you have anything to share.
No, I think Virtus might have something on his shoe, but I'm fine. Um, I've never really been the talking about my feelings type, but thank you.
So we have, yes, that we've surmised that, but your dreams have been increasingly unusual as compared to your previous dreams. And I must say, somehow the urge to disclose your feelings in those dreams is almost more disturbing than the hellscapes that we've seen in in all these years before.
Um, so Lady Baptiste's like fiery defiance just drains out of her at the mention of her dreams. And she says, I don't know what those so-called dream experts have been telling you, but I just haven't recalled my dreams recently, in fact.
Oh, that is interesting. It's something we should look into. Scribbles a note.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's quite unnecessary. I'm sure there's nothing to look into, or think about, or reflect on.
Well, bringing this.
Talking,
Sorry,
sorry,
go ahead, Bill.
talking about reflection, Lady Baptiste. Do you think this mission might have gone better or differently if you'd in fact been there for the entire period of the mission?
The mission went perfectly well. I don't know what you're talking about. We destroyed the
Well,
Harbinger
I mean,
at the opening of the Door of Power.
yes, we had a few deaths that we've had to cover up. We've had some, some of the movie set being destroyed, these sorts of things. I just wonder if under your, mature, experienced hand, if you'd been there right from the beginning, if this might have gone a little bit smoother. I'm just wondering if you have any comments about that.
I'm thinking about whether Lady Baptiste would take this opportunity to throw Virtus under the bus, or whether she actually has some loyalty to her fellow monsters in the face of the middle management or senior management. And I think it's the latter. She says Ridian and Virtus acquitted themselves admirably, and I think your suggestion is offensive, frankly.
Everyone on board that we need,
I think you're doing, yes. I have nothing more to say about that. They did an excellent job. They have my full confidence. In my opinion, the mission was a roaring success. The destruction of the movie studio, a pleasant fringe benefit.
Lady Baptiste, I'm sure you know that with all of these anti-monster sentiment that we do need to restrain ourselves somewhat, and there's only so far that our budget can stretch to cover up these kinds of incidents. So it worries me, it concerns me that you're talking about collateral damage such as the movie set as being a benefit.
But all that aside, now what really concerns me is how all of you are doing now after this rather disturbing incident. And I'm sorry, but another thing we noticed is you seem to be somewhat more estranged from Lady Death, and I was just wondering, does that make you feel more or less connected to your humanity? Because I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think we've had that situation before. So I'm just really we're just very concerned. That is all.
Listen, Death needs a holiday once in a while, like any of us. I don't think it's anything to worry about.
Oh, well, have you had this experience before? Has she taken a holiday like this before?
Oh, that's a good question. I think, is that a question for Dominic, maybe? Has anything like this happened before?
No, because it was a direct outpour of the miss on your dream protocols move a few sessions back, where her absence bled out into the real world.
Right. Well, in that case, Lady Baptiste will say, "Oh yes, she does this once a century or so. It's nothing to be concerned about."
Yes.
Well, scribbling.
And in closing this interview, I was just wondering, Baptiste, if you have any suggestions on how we could remedy the situation, because with people not staying dead all the time and fairly, frankly, it putting a strain on human infrastructure, it is getting harder and harder to publicly communicate why the public should not worry about people not dying anymore. And frankly, we are at a loss because even we cannot just pull Reapers out of our back pockets.
Oh,
Oh, the image in my head.
well, I don't see what the big deal is. I didn't stay dead. It's been okay for me. So some more people aren't staying dead now.
Well, guess if nobody has any more questions, that concludes our interview.
I should hope
Thank you very much for your cooperation, Lady Baptiste.
so. She'll withdraw.
Okay.
And I think, she goes back out. Ridian and Virtus like just waiting back in the hallway, or
Yeah, pacing back and forth. At least Ridian is.
There's no hallway. It's just the two. It's just three rooms, right? The lobby, kind of, where the desks are. This tiny kitchen, and then the single unisex toilet.
To be honest, Ridian's probably not been able to contain themselves and has been listening in the sense of, well, first of all, it's probably easy to overhear, but also, telepathy.
Mhm.
And so they are probably understandably more nervous than anyone else because they've just been sort of poking around.
Well, Lady Baptiste will just come out and sort of roll her eyes, such as they are, and say, "Oh, what a waste of time." And then, sort of quietens down, and what would you say? Just sort of float over towards Ridian and say, "I was thinking of taking a walk in the petting zoo a little later. Would you like to join me?"
Oh, yeah, sure. That actually sounds lovely.
That's
And
very
in
good. Thank you.
and in response to the whole "what a waste of time," I think they will just be like, "Yeah, this is like if this division could be such a great place if it weren't for the bureaucracy." But I mean, I'm just hoping that maybe these interviews will save us some of the paperwork.
I think at the sound of you saying paperwork is when Virtus sort of glances up and then back down at his 15, 20-year-old computer that he's madly typing at. Well, probably not quite that fast. Hunting and pecking at because he's filling in, he's doing all the paperwork right now, trying to
Oh,
get
great! Maybe
ahead
he
of
can
the
do it
game.
for us. Maybe he can do it for everyone.
Great. That was a lovely first round of interviews. How about we have a 5-minute break while I note down my thoughts on the second round? Then we do the second round. And then after the second round, we have a little bit of free time, for example, in the petting zoo. And then break and then the third round. Sound good?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Yes.
Yes, see you in 5 minutes.
I like your haircut, Sina. Oh,
Thank you.
we're on record, if you're okay with
No,
me
all
saying
good. All good. Thank you.
I'm
It was
I'm
long
desperate for
overdue.
a haircut. It's gonna
Huh?
it needs. I'm desperate for a haircut. I give it another half centimeter, and it's just gonna be ridiculous
Yeah,
out
I
here.
was
And
as well for weeks, to be honest. Actually, I feel like I could have cut it 2 months ago or something, but I never got around to it, and now it's just like, oh God, this is becoming so irritating.
yeah,
But
I
yeah.
I am much too lazy with the whole hair thing. Anyway, but fortunately, I can get away with it.
Oh, can I just say, sorry, my name is Xena, as in think of Xena
Ah,
the warrior princess.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to think of it because the
Yeah,
German spelling doesn't translate to English pronunciation that's correct. I don't know.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, good.
Good. That's a very easy way to remember it as well. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's literally at some point my colleagues at the pub called me warrior princess, as if, it's like, why would you make a nickname that is longer than the actual? But yeah.
Well, Australians do that all the time by adding on the end of a name that they'll shorten it, we'll shorten it, and then make it longer again by adding a vowel on the end.
Really? Well, I only know
Yeah.
the weird urge to do an O at the end of every abbreviation, like I don't know, AVO or whatever.
Yeah.
What else was there? I don't know. I worked with a few Australians in the pub at some point, so
Look, if you replace the last syllable with a vowel, you probably got it right. You know.
I know that New Zealanders also like to shorten everything. Like kindergarten is kindy, postal workers are posties, and I find that very
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
And like the gumboots are wellies from
well, I mean the
Wellington.
wellies, that's also like English people and stuff.
Okay. Okay, so we're back, and this time around it is Ridian's turn on the hot seat. Shane is the tickler, I am Bill, and Teast is Varo. I haven't written out my own stuff because I have it on my notepad, and it was more important to me to get yours written out. And as always, it's just suggestions. You're welcome to bring up your own points and your own like thoughts about what went down. Yeah. So then after you had your conversation, I think maybe we could go stay with what we just emergently established in the first interview, that the tickler is kind of the officiator and opens and closes the interview. If that's okay with you, Shane.
Sure.
Um,
Having a look at the notes about the tickler. All right. Well, yeah, in that case, the tickler will, welcome you in, settle you down in a chair. I know. Ridian, you look a little nervous. Please, there's no reason to be concerned about anything. Are you okay? Can I get you anything?
No, I'm fine. I just don't like these kinds of, panels. Is all.
Oh, please don't think about this like a panel where there's four of us here. We're collaborating. We're working together. Um, just like you work together with the charming Lady Baptiste and uh, Vertix, whatever it is. The So tell us, how do you feel things went on your most recent mission?
I mean, I think overall it was a success. You know, here and there, maybe I wish things could have happened differently, but sometimes when you're in the thick of it, you just do the best you can with what you have.
Oh, I mean, there's no need for us to focus on the negatives. What would you say were the more positive aspects of the mission?
I mean, you tell me, you're the PR guy.
Well, you did some very fine work with the local homeless community. I think it's going to make for some excellent public interest stories.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, that. Yeah, that was probably also the point that that I cared the most about. So I'm glad that we could help at least a little bit.
Oh yeah, also great that you help people for sure. Um, the Bill, was there anything that you wanted to ask about?
of course. Thanks for bringing that in.
Well, look, I'll just interject.
Yes,
just
of
wanted
course.
to ask one question, Ridian, which is there was this incident right at the beginning with this woman, and she rifles through her papers. Tomo, and my understanding is that you know things happen in this job, right? And she ended up passing, but I was concerned about your attitude, how you felt about that particular passing, as it were.
Well, I mean, I mean, I didn't do it on purpose, but listen, she was despicable, as a human being. So I
Yeah,
don't feel
yeah,
terribly bad about it, and I think that's actually fine because not every human is good.
yeah. So you feel that that's fine that you murdered this woman then?
Well, I wouldn't call it murder since it's not as if I, did this on purpose, but it
Yeah,
happened. I just don't think it was a terrible loss.
yeah. That's
So,
certainly really good to hear that it wasn't on purpose. And she writes notes.
so it's funny that you say that. I mean, despicable is strong language. Not sure if you're aware, but Tomo has returned from the dead, as is increasingly common, as you may be aware.
It's just
We
like
are a
weeds.
little, beg your pardon?
It's just like weeds popping back up. I would
Yes,
like to
we.
stress as a player, I think Ridian is just struggling to be true and being very guarded toward everyone. They would not
I'm
talk to
writing
you
more
like
notes.
this.
And Bill interjects here and says, Ridian, we're not attacking you, you know. You know that I've been on your side since we found you. And I only have one really important thing that I would like to stress to you in terms of what it costs the Vision to clean up after you, and that is that I would ask you to be more careful about your the psychic contamination of your acts. If you kill somebody or if you traumatize somebody, they in turn will spread that trauma to other people. I don't know if you're familiar with the term of generational trauma. All these things have ripple effects, and they cause more damage further down the line, and that in turn might turn to or might lead to new harbingers coming into existence. And I know you got to break some eggs, but also if you break all the eggs, there's no omelet. And the same goes with your actions in the dream world. When I saw you entering the dream world, I of course did my best to, as quickly as I could, issue a permit for that, and so that you are on the safe side with
Wait,
corporate. But I have to stress that the dream world is easily manipulated. It is like soft putty. It is very sensitive. It needs a very gentle hand. And because it is so vast and so easily manipulated, it is incredibly, incredibly difficult and expensive to clean up. Your action with the tower that you brought that into the real world, that was
wait. I did not bring that into the real world. That was, the ghost lady.
yes, but didn't you prompt her to do that?
I certainly didn't prompt her. She just overreacted because she was impatient because we couldn't get to her little problem.
Oh, yeah. People do overreact
Well,
sometimes, don't they? I just want to stress, Ridian, that it was not the keeling over of the tower that was difficult to clean up. That is a very visible thing, a very graspable thing, but it's all the ripple effect. So please, for the sake of my dear old heart, tread carefully.
I think Ridian looks at you very quizzically. He was like, "What would you have me do if you don't want me to use my powers? What? What am I here for?"
Isn't that always the question? There is no easy answer. It's just you have to find a space of moderation, a golden median. I'm not saying don't use your powers. We need you and we need your powers. I'm just saying, try to stay humane, please, and try to not see humans and other monsters as
It's okay. Look, we know that you've been working very hard, Ridian, to help us, to help humanity, and sometimes it can be very straining upon people. You were mentioning, Bill, the dead lady that you mentioned, Ridian. How are you feeling about that particular, entity, as it were?
Oh, who do you mean now? Sorry.
Oh, the sister looking for the kid. Is that right?
Oh, the dream. Yeah, Maria.
Maria.
Yeah,
Well,
Maria.
to be perfectly honest, I felt really bad for her. I think what they did to her, abusing her and pressuring her into using her power that way was awful. And I wish I could have helped. It's just that, the mission had to come first, and so there was no time. It was not out of negligence, I would say.
Yeah, it was terrible how she was treated, wasn't it? Yeah, terrible. Writes down some notes.
I'm very, very happy to hear that you understand the importance of prioritizing the mission. I will place a commendation on your file. In that spirit, do have to ask you. Some of our psychics are concerned that the returned tomorrow might become a harbinger in time, and we think it's important that one of our Omen class monsters forges a friendship with her so that we can, keep tabs. And I'm happy to say that because of your excellent work on this assignment, we've selected you for this important detail.
Richie is like, I mean, can't I just tap into her, thoughts and feelings from a little bit afar? Wouldn't that be enough?
We've decided a friendship would be the best thing.
Well, I'm not sure I can conjure up that many fake feelings.
I'm sure you'll do excellent work once more.
Yeah, excellent.
Maybe I'll ask Lady Baptiste to deal with her once and for all.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Maybe I'll ask Lady Baptiste to deal with her once and for all. Yeah.
I think, unless there was anything else.
There's just one more thing I would like to impress on Eurydian, is that resource-wise, our most important resource is you. And I don't mean you personally, I also mean you personally, but I mean Omen class monsters. And potential Omen class monsters are a terrible thing to waste. And when I read the report about your mission, I couldn't help but think that when you were found back then by Neon Virtus, they could have killed you just the same that you did with the eye baby. And please try to be more discerning in who you kill. Because at the end of the day, we do need everybody. We do need hands on deck.
Yeah, I think at that, Ridian will look away and sort of down, very sort of deflated, just sort of nodding along.
That's all from me.
That's the one thing I wish had gone differently.
That is good to hear. That's all from me, Bill. No, Tickler, sorry. Tickler Varo, if you don't have anything more, I think.
Yeah, I've taken all my notes. Thanks so much for this talk, Ridian. Really helpful.
Thanks, Billy.
Okay, can I go?
Yes,
Yes.
you're
Yeah, and I think they just sort of rush from that room and go like, oh,
Okay.
So I think that Lady Baptiste wanted to have a word with Virtus while Ridian was in the other room and might have taken advantage of that time.
Great.
Um, so what does she say? Yes. Virtus, do you want to stop that for a moment? I was hoping that we might talk.
What? I've got to do the reports. Like, we're going to have an interview in a moment, and I've got to get the reports done.
Yeah, so this is what I want to talk to you about. This is awkward. How shall I put this? I foresee that you will be coming on more missions with Ridian and I. And this, and she sort of gestures in the direction of you and you're pecking at the computer. It's just not, it's just not it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not it, but like this is the job.
No, no. The job is destroying harbingers, destroying omen class monsters, preventing the doors of power from opening. And it takes a certain a certain temperament, a certain quality. And this is not that quality. Do you think, let's say, that I was to become a harbinger? Do you think that you would destroy me by slowly pecking out your reports?
But we need the reports so that people, can know what went right and what went wrong, and we can do a better job next time, right?
Or Ridian, if Ridian becomes the harbinger and the two of us have to destroy them? I'm not asking about the reports. I'm asking if you have it in you, because this is our job. And if you're going to stand alongside me, I want to know that you can do that when the time comes.
I I'll do what's needed, of course. For the people.
Have you ever had to
I
kill one of
think
your friends before?
no,
But you could?
I'd do what's needed.
Well, I suppose I'll have to take your word for it.
I I do s- I do struggle. I know that. Uh I look at the two of you, and I see such vitality, and I don't see that in myself. And I try to do the right thing. I try to do what everyone has told me is the right thing, and I see you two doing almost the opposite, and yet you're far more effective. You're the ones who are out there on missions, and I'm the one who's stuck in Albuquerque for 20 years, sitting at a computer typing up reports.
That you're revealing your heart. Is that what the move is called?
I missed that, but
I was asking if you're revealing your heart.
I probably am, aren't I?
Why don't you roll a move? Because
Yeah, let's
it sounds like you're trying to sincerely connect to someone.
let's do it. All right. I'll put two in. Oops. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
10. That's right. So that is your heart reaches theirs. If they're a PC and they choose to deepen the connection further, they choose one as well. So I choose one. You grow closer, gain one bond. They soothe your heart, clear one condition. They taught you something important, mark XP. They gave you hope, clear one mark of ruin. I'm going to take they soothe your heart, clear one condition, because my condition at the moment was obsessed, and I was being obsessed with writing up my report, and I am no longer obsessed with writing up my report.
And does Lady Baptiste choose to deepen the connection? It doesn't really seem in character for her to do that. I think
Although you were reaching out to Virtus to start with, right?
Yeah. I think, yeah. I mean, I think that she won't be around long enough to benefit from any of the mechanical benefits of the move, so it doesn't really matter that much. Um, and I think she says, if you tell anyone that I said this, I will tear your head from your shoulders. But you have potential, Vetus.
Um, and a little spark of life comes into his eyes as he hears you say that, because people telling him he's a good boy is what he's looking for, isn't it?
So good.
I promise that if you are the first of us to become a harbinger, that I will destroy you as painlessly as possible.
And with that, he's not quite sure how to react because he can also see the hunger in your eyes.
Yeah. All right. You can go back to your reports, I suppose. I better get dressed for my outing.
Not, not quite as fervently typing now.
Ah.
Okay. Did you want to go to the petting zoo?
Is now the time? Sure.
Sure, it's a good time.
Do we have one in Albuquerque as well? I guess so.
I think yeah, I don't know. I was just
Maybe it
yeah,
exists outside of,
maybe there's
regular
just a
time and space constraints.
dimension portal accessible from all the field offices because it's a recreational and bonding thing for all the agents.
Yeah, I mean, I can open the doors in the hallway at Division from literally anywhere in the multiverse, so I don't see why we can't also visit the petting zoo
True.
from Albuquerque.
Yeah,
True.
like wherever it is accessible from every field office.
Cool.
So, Lady Baptiste has put on a slightly finer uh, cloak than she normally wears, maybe a new cloak. But she's a little, quieter than you're used to seeing her as you arrive in the petting zoo. And Ridian, you look lovely today.
Oh, thank you. I didn't really pay attention to that today.
Oh,
Yeah, but so do you. Got a new cloak?
oh, you noticed? Like that's so nice of you. Yeah. Yeah, I picked up a little something. That's right. Um,
It
how did
suits
you
your vapor
go?
colors.
Oh, thank you. I tried. Um, how did you go with the those strange little bureaucrats?
Oh God, I hate it so much.
I
They're
love to
always
hear
so
you talk.
probing. Like, Ridian loves to probe, but does not want to be probed.
Yeah. Well, you've just got to be firm with them. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I just wish we hadn't, I don't know, killed the eyeball fetus. I see now that could have gone differently, and but I didn't see that then, and I don't know why, because I'm supposed to be the empathetic one, and I didn't see how that could have been, how there was the potential for redemption there. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I just inadvertently stumbled into a reveal your heart move, which I wasn't really thinking of.
That's
You're
fine.
welcome to reveal. Do you want
I mean, I have been farming the darkness tokens during that interview. So
to? Do you want to roll then?
I don't know. Yeah, why not? Does that work? Yeah. Let's spend 2. It's a 9.
Nice.
Where is the thing? What's the thing?
Oops. Is that what
On
you're
next
looking for?
10. You grow closer, gain 1 bond. They soothe your heart, clear one condition. They taught you something important, mark XP. They gave you heart. Okay, hang on. What am I doing? Should probably clear a condition because I have 3 of them. Well, I think, yeah, maybe let's clear defensive because I feel like being this open about your regrets is the opposite of being defensive.
Okay. So the Lady Baptiste does want to deepen the connection further, but before like we sort of roleplay that part, I want her to respond directly to what Rydian was talking about. And she'll say, I mean, I suppose there's always a potential for redemption, but it had killed dozens of homeless people in a mad quest for power. Could it really have ended any differently?
I don't know if it was about power, to be honest.
Mm.
That's not what I felt. And I mean, as much as I hate these interviews, like Bill's, and Bill, he's a nuisance, but I think he does mean well in general. And this time he said something that really, hit me. Like when I was found, Nia could have killed me, or Virtus could have killed me. Like because I don't know, how do you say that? I was a wild card. Nobody knew what was going to happen. Neither did I. So, but they didn't. They took a chance on me.
Well, you weren't a mass murderer. You weren't in the process of opening a door of power. If you had been, things might have been very different.
Well, okay, fair enough. That is a difference. I don't know. I just still feel really guilty somehow. Like maybe I could have done something differently.
Do you carry a lot of regrets?
No, because I don't have that many memories, but this one's pretty fresh.
Well, I noticed that you and Virtu seem quite close recently. Maybe you want to talk to him about it. I think that like your, ability to sense other people's emotions, like there's like just a waft of nervous jealousy coming off Lady Baptiste as she says that.
I'm not. Yeah, I think Rydian will probably notice that and be like, "Huh? What? Like that doesn't seem warranted," and sort of go, well, Virtus and I just have a few really good memories from like just having a bunch of fun in the 80s. It's not like, but I've tried to sort of reconnect with him, but it doesn't seem really. It seems difficult anyway. And I'm also not sure if he's the right one to talk about this type of stuff. Like you, I don't know. You seem to get me a bit better than, or just I don't know. We've also been working together for longer, right? So
Oh. So Lady Baptiste like swelled up at you seem to get me better. It then like lowers back down at we've been working together longer.
oh
Um, and says,
no, that is not what they meant.
so what does she say? Well, I just thought, I'm a cloud of vapor. I thought you might want to talk to someone with flesh,
What?
a
How is
body.
that? How is that relevant?
Uh, well, uh, I don't know. I guess I get insecure sometimes about these things. Uh,
I
uh,
think Rydian. I don't know. I think Rydian will go like, okay, well, I'm sorry. I think I said that wrong, or I came out wrong. I'm sure I can understand that it feels, like a loss to not have a body like you used to. So, and I understand that. I just meant, how is it relevant to me have what I feel or think about you, like, because that doesn't seem relevant in that regard. But I understand that, it might feel like a loss or a lack for you personally, but it isn't to me in how I relate to you.
very kind of you to say that, I've lived for many hundreds of years, or existed for many hundreds of years at least, and sometimes I've fallen in love with a human, a person with a body, with flesh, and they could never return that love because I can't be touched, I can't be held, I can't hold in return.
I think my kind of love doesn't require a body or physical touch because I can reach, beyond that, or yeah.
Well, maybe you should do that. Maybe it would be easier if you just felt my thoughts that are so hard to put into words.
Out of character, are you asking me to do some kind of move that is a mind reading situation or not? Or is
I
this
don't have
just
any particular move in mind. I
all
don't
right?
really.
Yeah, I think then Bridget will be like, oh, well, I mean, if that's an invitation, like, you know how I'm trying really hard not to do that without being asked to, because it's a bit intrusive, and it's easy for me to slip into that, but I try not to do it with, people I work with and my friends, and yeah, it just seems.
You're welcome
Um,
to my.
say again. Sorry.
You're welcome to my thoughts anytime.
Well, oh, okay then. And I think they'll just, yeah, deepen or stretch out their little touchy feelies.
Um, well, I mean, I guess that you already know that Lady Baptiste is in love with you, but it's clear that like the thought is that she wants you to know now that she's in love with her, like that with you. That's the difference. But
I
also, I mean, the other thing that will come across really strongly is that she's like, like there's this huge wave of like, no worries if not, like, that's fine, we can just be co-workers, not expecting anything.
um yeah, I mean the thing is, right, like we've talked about, I think the establishing question was that my character doesn't understand love, but I don't think that's necessarily true. It's more about understanding love toward themselves, but
Mm.
then having been witness to Lady Baptiste's ongoing and persistent love, at some point may have actually ground them down. Not, I use the wrong word, but like softened them to, or made them, receptive to the idea that maybe, well, whether or not you understand it, it's maybe somebody could actually love you, regardless of whether you have memories and what you've done in the past, because who knows? But apparently that doesn't matter, and so they feel very, maybe, yeah, that's why they probably feel more open to that. And given that you don't have a body, I feel like maybe they are more like, well, now that they've been invited in, they would probably try and sort of, I don't know, sounds so silly, wrap their psychic energy around your, little heart or whatever, your mm, feelings, clouds, vapors, whatever. Yeah, like a
Um,
warm blanket.
oh, that's so nice. I, well, I think the only thing to do is to make this moment as tragic as possible. So, Lady Baptiste is torn between. Uh, she's overwhelmed by finally getting something that she's wanted for so long. She's wanted to be loved and accepted for who she is for literally hundreds of years. She's, nurtured these feelings for Ridian personally for, I mean, months, I guess, maybe years. Um, she's torn between her monstrous nature and her human heart. And let's see, she will So there's like a perfect moment for her and Ridian where like, the psychic energies are wrapped together. There's this mutual affection, there's feelings of love, and appreciation. And then uh, Lady Baptiste starts to feel, more distant, like withdrawing, her shadow magic. So she is going to let her monstrous nature show and describe the damage the outburst causes. The shadows just start rising up, like almost like she couldn't let herself enjoy this properly without manifesting her subconscious self-destructive impulses somewhere. So the shadow magic is popping off all around the petting zoo. It's like tearing up bits of furniture and shredding cages and letting monsters out and destroying monsters. And there's lightning crashing down, shadow lightning. There's tendrils, tentacles everywhere of shadow. The ground's shaking. Everything is bad. She will mark one ruin. That means she takes one ruin advance, and she will retire and become a harbinger of the apocalypse right now.
Whoa.
I think can Ridian respond one way or another? Because I'm sure they feel all sorts of things happening.
Oh,
I think they're trying to use their sort of telepathy to go, wait, you don't have to. Hey, you can allow yourself to. And then they notice that it's not really reaching anybody, even though it's maybe it is arriving, but whatever. And instead, they will try and absorb some of your power, so that not everything. Well, so that it shit doesn't hit the fan right here in the petting zoo. I don't know. Sorry.
Right in the petting zoo.
um, yeah. Well, so the wording on this advance is that I should work with the keeper to describe what this moment looks like. Is there a direct confrontation with someone from Division before you storm off? Is there an actual conflict with high stakes? Do you disappear into the shadows seeking out your own agenda? So I think to me, it makes sense, like what Ridian says, that Lady Baptiste is sort of manifesting into a harbinger right there before Ridian, but Ridian can try and siphon off some of her power and, force her to flee and maybe confront them later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm totally on board with that. I am just wondering. No, but that's okay. That I was so well, I was just I kind of saw your path towards not becoming a harbinger, but just retiring to a new job. But if so I would leave it to you if you want to interpret that advance as like retiring to a new job.
No, she's a
Or if
harbinger
you
now.
actually do want to be a harbinger with all that entails.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
so rooting for her to become deaf.
Death has returned.
Because then Ridian could really obsess over that and trying to talk to you.
Well,
Can
Maybe they can still obsess over trying to reach you one way or another.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just put Harbinger Baptiste in my back pocket to return later.
No.
But before that, we can have one mystery or two of pining and trying to connect on Ridian's part. And then when you do manage to connect, it's not what you were hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Fun
that's
times.
a good way to play it, to kind of respect both. I mean, in the end, it's all Shane's decision, obviously, because they are the player. and it's either you and I, we don't have any, but that being said, and knowing that Shane will not be with us and we'll be playing, I think, it's fair to kind of make it also work with where we want our story to go.
Yeah, please feel free. Lady Baptiste
Yeah.
is LPC now. Do
Yeah.
what? Right.
I mean, I
So,
was assuming this would have, long-lasting consequences for Ridian
Yeah.
one way or another, right? In
And then
terms
this,
of character development. It's
yes,
like,
and this way we can have Ridian's story while at the same time respecting Shane's
yeah,
decision.
totally.
Yeah, I like that.
Of course.
And also, we don't have this thing where
Harbinger.
Baptiste becomes a harbinger right now and is defeated in one session, and then yeah, I really like that. So we'll stick with the theme of like death being a bit out of whack, and maybe I imagine that Lady Baptiste is overcorrecting a bit.
Oh.
Okay, very cool.
So in terms of how this scene actually goes, Lady Baptiste, turns, as it were. Is Lady Baptiste, ex-Lady Baptiste, fleeing or, running from Ridian, or how are we actually finishing that? Because I could also see Virtus coming in there, which is why I'm just interested to know.
Mhm.
What I picture is that Ridian siphons away some of her power, like Xena was saying, and Lady Baptiste is sort of changing physically or visibly, like her vapors are starting to crackle with flame in this darker tone, and when she realizes that she's losing some of her power, she'll fly away into the distance, knowing that nobody here can follow her easily, and that will be the last that you see of her for some time.
That's a great moment to have our second break, and after the break we have Virtue's interview. Let's meet back at the hour. On the hour.
Great.
Great. Ah.
I'm enjoying your cardigan, Shane.
Oh, thank you. It's gone blurry. It's disappeared as you said that.
It's now gone blurry, but
Yeah, we've had some nice weather today, so I got to bring out a cardigan.
Nice. Getting autumn in your hemisphere, right?
Spring.
No, spring. Spring. Autumn, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what you meant.
We're pretty deep in spring, but by calendar, but not really by climate.
I have organizational things to talk about actually later with you, Dominic, because I am going to Australia in about 2 weeks.
Oh.
By which time it will be a bit warmer, I guess.
Yeah.
Not cardigan weather.
But only for a visit, I trust? Not for good?
Oh, no, not for good. No. Just
Okay.
for a visit. Yes.
Yeah.
But an unexpected visit. So.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah, we can talk about that off mic, of course. Yeah, so we're back. We've got a ton of games in the mail. Always nice. Okay. And let me go back to the mission planning. So now this is the third interview. Virtue's in the hot seat. Xena is playing the tickler. Shane is playing Bill, and I'm playing Varo. I feel everybody has been doing such a great job with Varo. I hope I can do that justice.
Oh God. Sorry. I'm just reading the prompts now. Yeah. Do we imagine that this is happening at the same time as Lady Baptiste and Ridian being in the Pershing Zoo? Because otherwise, I feel like they might not be as chilled.
I would think so. I imagine that the concluding moment of the interview is Bill going looking at his page and going, "Oh my, we have to conclude." Something happened.
Goodness me.
And then Ridian coming out of the broom closet door that leads to the petting zoo. A bit frazzled, I would imagine. Okay, so Sina, you're the tickler. Would you mind setting it up?
Yeah, oh God. Oh, yeah. Well, virtues, last but not least, I'm sure. Take a seat. I mean, it's your kitchen, so anyway.
Yes. Thank you.
So, well, how do I put this? While Lady Baptiste's and Ridian's conduct gave us quite a bit to work to, I don't know, quite a bit of work to cover up. I don't know, the impact of their actions pales in comparison to your display of, I don't know, searing power. Did you know? And he goes and gets out a smartphone that he doesn't really know how to use. I think it takes forever for him to bring it up and say, how do I? Anyway, he brings up the video. Have you seen this? It's all over social media. And yeah, so we're watching the sky arrow and the fallout from it on this video. Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand your power is incredibly well, powerful, as it were, but floods, earthquakes, a glass desert. Let's not even speak of the hundreds that were killed in that fucking thing. Like, how do you suppose we cover this up? And it's all over the internet.
And Bill will
Harbingers.
interject. Bill is going to interject before you get a chance to speak, and just like, and forget about covering it up. How do you think we're going to pay for all this?
With respect, harbingers aren't a joke, and I've been pursuing this particular one, the foretelling of this harbinger for 20 years. Of course, I used all the power that was necessary to deal with it, to remove it so that it could do less harm to the world. And you're right to bring up Ridian and Lady Baptiste and point out the excellent work that they did, because they did do excellent work. As a team, I cannot imagine that we would have done even a tenth as well if any one of us wasn't involved.
Well, I think he's taking some notes. He's like, well, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Emphasize the destruction that was avoided. You know, put a big spin on lives saved that could have been lost. And then he goes, well, maybe we could actually spin this into this whole other thing that's been popping off. I don't know if you heard of this, but there's a cult around you that seems to be rising in numbers. I mean, we're not what nature that cult has taken, but maybe we can spin this in like a, in the positive light. How do you feel? Maybe we should do some public events, and maybe you could show off some of your power. Like a lovely little display of lightning arrows and all that, but all very contained and
yes, absolutely. I'd be very happy
entertainment, you know?
I wouldn't call it entertainment. I'd call it inspiration. I'd be very happy to inspire the people into overcoming their struggles and working together to better this world. I don't think you don't need to worry about the cult at all. There is nothing going on there.
I mean, I don't know
Um,
how online you are these days, but there's plenty going on, believe you me.
Nothing. I don't mean there isn't anything going on. I mean there's nothing to worry about. That's all
Ah,
well in hand.
all
um,
right. Well, my assistant will be in touch with you about the.
but just speaking of cults and notions of divinity, are you how are you doing with that? Are you aware that you are not actually a god?
Of course I'm not a god. I'm on this mortal plane, aren't I? And you know that would be most presumptuous to imagine that I was in any way godlike.
Hmm.
I reflect uh I reflect the aspirations and powers of a god, but I'm not a god.
How does that make you feel, though, to be on the mortal plane? Do you feel that this is fitting to your station?
Uh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, with these kinds of uh, with these kinds of gifts that I have, what better way to use them than to help people? You
That
know,
is very
help
reassuring to hear that.
all these poor people with their imperfections and you know, and struggles. And here I am, and I can bring relief. I can help them with those challenges.
That is very, very reassuring to hear, given that there were a few avoidable deaths happening on the last mission. How do you feel about them, about the Harbinger and about Tomoe?
Uh, I think that Ridian did what they thought was best with Tomoe. Um, could it have gone a different way? Maybe it could have, but that was that was their choice, and I fully support their choice in that situation.
Let me just ask you, our contact, Miss Cardon, um, noted that you, in our interviews, noted that you were a bit perturbed that she worried about her dead friend, and not about you.
I mean, I would
How do
just put
you?
that down to a you know, a warming up of the relationships between us. We'd only really just, you know, re-met after many years, and you know, we're never going to uh, you know, have a perfect working relationship as soon as we meet each other. I would say, you know, that now we've built on that, and we're in a, you know, a really, you know, we're a really smooth running team now. I would say that
Mhm.
there's very little that that will go wrong with the three of us working together.
Yeah, yeah. Don't misunderstand me. I don't worry about your relationship with our contacts on the ground. You know, not everybody gets along with everybody all the time. I am just worried about, or not. Let's not say worried. That sounds so negative. But I'm slightly um, I'm slightly concerned about how when you saw that somebody was having genuine feelings towards somebody else, you were you felt I think rejected and um put back. Um how did you experience that moment? Am I reading that wrong?
I, out of character, I think that Virtus wouldn't actually answer that because at the moment he's being very defensive because it's this sort of situational thing. But it might be more interesting
No,
for
go
him
go
to
with
answer.
whatever you think Virtus would answer.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. All right. Oh, I think you must have. I think you must have incorrect reports. There
Oh,
was, a small kerfuffle, as I said, that was to do with just sort of like people getting to know each other and understanding their positions and so forth. But there was no real issue at hand.
understood. Makes a little note. And since we are on the subject of how you feel about towards people, what are your feelings towards Lady Baptiste and Ridian and their relationship?
Their
I
relationship.
imagine it must be hard to get into to be the new team member in an established team and to kind of have to renegotiate the social relationships in a team.
Well, yeah, yes. I mean, I'm not aware that they have anything apart from a collegiate relationship. And certainly that's where I'm coming from as well. We're trying to make sure that we do a really good job and work together smoothly and effectively as a team.
That's good to hear.
Listen,
I definitely don't have any feelings, beyond collegiate for Ridian, for example.
Also good to hear. And makes a note. Excuse me, Bill, just one more second. So to conclude my part of the interview, you've been in Albuquerque for the past 2 decades on your own volition to follow up the case of yours, which I hear is now concluded. Do you feel confident in joining the team and assume field duty again?
When you mention the 2 decades, I think you sort of see a bit of a haunting expression go across his face. And he then looks in her eyes and he says, I'm more than ready to return to the field. I feel like I've got a lot of good that I can bring, and yeah, bring to division.
Great. And I see that you are in touch with your powers. Bill, you had follow-up questions?
well, I just want to say, I mean, it's good to hear that you're ready to join the field team because, that Baptiste, she thinks she runs everything. Ridian, barely fresh from rediscovery. You got to be the adult in the room. You understand that? You've got management experience.
Yes, absolutely. I will guide my fellows, and but believe me when I say they don't need much guidance.
Okay,
We are now a smooth running team. I can't imagine a better group.
He starts throwing down invoices and receipts on the table in front of you, and it's like the glass desert, the lightning strike on a petrol station. Instavits. We can't keep racking up liabilities like this. This is what we put you with these guys for. You got to get them under control. You understand me?
Those are inconsequential, trivialities. Defeating the Harbingers, saving people. That's what we're here for.
You can see that Bill's fit turned red, can barely smoke. He's so worked up. And says, "Well, there have been rumblings in division about docking your pay until some of this stuff to cover some of these costs. So just bear in mind that That's what you're going to be looking at if things don't turn around.
And please, no more glass deserts. It's really just it's just a difficult image to try and, spin.
And it's also
Maybe
not
we'll
good
make
for your
skating
mental
rink
health
out of it.
in the long run to casually kill and maim people.
We will deal with these harbingers as necessary and remove them from the face of the earth.
I think the tickler is mumbling under his breath while making notes. Like, okay, yeah, marketing team, short form video.
And don't worry, it'll all be in the report.
Yeah, that's maybe. I think Varro is the person whose pager is the most likely to go on. Like, oh my, we have a harbinger situation. Thank you for your time, Virtus. You've been very helpful. And we gotta go.
I think Virtus is a little bit surprised by that. He was expecting to be dismissed, and instead the three of you get up and walk out, and it's like, hang on, I was being all, cocky. What's going on?
I think Bill has one last thing to say before he goes, which is along the lines of like, look, I know I got a little heated there. I apologize. It was unprofessional. The psychics and the accountants and everyone has worked together, run the simulations. We have extremely high confidence that as long as you, Ridian, and Baptiste are working together, nothing can go wrong.
I 100% concur, Bill.
And with that, he will leave.
Mhm. And let's finish the session with the cliffhanger of Ridian opening the room closet, stepping out.
I think if you'll allow it, they're
Yeah, of
clutching
course.
Lady Baptiste's new cloak that they were
Yeah.
obviously trying to hold on to while the vapors can obviously move wherever. And probably pretty distraught.
Beautiful. And of course, we all, as always, I forgot as always to ask you for your impulse.
I said mine.
Guess it's not all that important for Lady Baptiste, but
Well, Lady Baptiste will satisfy her impulse, take one last XP advance, but it's irrelevant, of course.
yeah.
But Mr. Human, she'll take an advance.
Just out of curiosity, what was your impulse?
Did you give in to the temptation of the living and indulge in pleasure or vice?
Oh, nice.
Which one when did you do that?
Well, I think that, sharing a moment of psychic intimacy with Ridian was a moment of pleasure.
That's fair enough. I was asking just because.
Sure.
Oh, which scene did you
mean?
Okay, and then let's do XP, and then stars and wishes. Then we turn off the recording and talk janitorial issues. Let's start with Ridian. Your impulse was, did you open your mind or heart to another monster? I think you did, didn't you?
I did.
Very good. Did you express your monstrous nature and or express your humanity?
I would say so.
I would say so too. Did you learn something significant about yourself and or your impending ruin?
That I can let myself be loved. And now also about the ruin, that it was immediately taken away from me again.
Nice. Very good. Yeah. Did you learn something significant about a fellow monster?
Sure. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, definitely. We know, yeah. Lady Baptiste apparently loves Ridian, but also is immediately overwhelmed by allowing that to happen for a moment. Yeah.
And since this wasn't really a mystery episode, I will again leave it to you whether or not you want to take the ruin for not uncovering a apocalypse key of the apocalypse.
I mean, I'm thinking it would still befit the situation to take one because of what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good.
Yeah.
And Virtuous, you initiate a moment of intimacy with someone weaker than you, did you?
No, Lady Baptiste is not weaker than me.
Everybody's weaker than you. So did you express your monstrous nature and or your humanity?
I feel like I probably did.
I think you so too, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Yeah, like the way you were playing the corporate game was very human.
Yeah, it was very human. But I was also trying to lean into those sorts of themes of perfection and loyalty in this case.
Yeah, very good. Did you learn something significant about yourself and or your impending ruin?
Did I? I think I probably did a little bit with the scene with Lady Baptiste in terms of him realizing, actually what we're here to do is to, get rid of deal with these harbingers, not fill in documents and stuff. So yes, I think so. So that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you learn something significant about a fellow monster?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But what?
And
I'll skip the last one. I don't think I'll go as far as ruin.
Good. And I think we can just leave it with Lady Baptiste. I mean, you already retired your character, so there's no XP to be gotten anymore. Very good. Thank you for playing everybody, but of course, thank you for playing Shane. Big old round of stars for everybody, for like everything, for leading into this narrative frame. And in particular, what I really enjoyed was how you just played and also abdicated the rules among yourselves while I was still typing up the third round of questions. And I felt relaxed and confident to just let go of the reins and just let you do it by yourself. And that was really relaxing experience to me to experience that kind of not being forced into the center position of the table. You know what I mean?
It's GMing itself.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like the traditional wisdom with GMing is to be the center position and to always have to like organize and arrange everything. And it was really good to see that that is not the case, because I have very good, very proactive players who also by now understand the game and the rules and can do all of that by themselves. And that was really lovely. So thank you for that. And I'm just curious. Sorry, Shane, do you feel you got a good send off?
Oh yeah, couldn't have asked for a better ending. I had sort of two scenes in mind that I wanted to have with each of the other player characters, and was really happy with how both of them went. And the framing with the interviews and stuff was so fun, like really great way to set up the session, and just so fun. Definitely stars to everyone.
Yeah, stars for the framing and also the very fun extra side characters that you introduced. They were it just fleshed them out really quickly, and I don't always feel like that when I read prompts on a card for a character, but it was really, I don't know, effective, I guess. So yeah, and it was fun.
I really love that, we all picked up the sort of main themes of those characters, but all of us did them, in our own slightly different way. And I thought that was actually really nice. It brought, a different feel to each set of interviews. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really fun. But I only could do that because I knew that I could trust you with that. Sina and I had a conversation the other day about like how if you have played Lovecraft-esque, that's my theory, Lovecraft-esque with somebody, and they did well at Lovecraft-esque, they are a player you can trust with like any kind of narrative game. Like a player who can do a GM-less game is also a player who can excel at a like player-centered GM game. And I haven't had the pleasure with Shane yet, but just during the last 3 months, I got the sense that you are among them. But I did have the pleasure with Teast and with Sina, so I was confident that I could just do that. And I was not disappointed in my confidence.
Yeah,
My wish is that I would love to hear what it becomes, if anything, of Lady Baptiste.
Yeah.
Whether she destroys the world or becomes the embodiment of death or is scraped off the bottom of Vertus's shoe.
Well, yeah. You are very welcome to listen in on our recordings.
Yeah. I'm not really an AP listener, but I would love to just get a summary once it's resolved.
Yeah.
Everyone's up for sharing.
Yep.
Okay, then I guess I'll stop the recording and we can talk organization.
Wait. Sorry. Just I just wanted to say another thing. So I guess just stars to Shane, because I think this is the first time in the open hearth that I've got to play a longer sort of story arc with anybody, and it was really rewarding to get all of this interpersonal messy feelings bits. It was just really lovely to play with such I don't know, like a generous player that really, like, how do you say that? Yeah, leans into their themes but also into the other players' stuff, and it was just very, very joyful, and I am very sad that time zones are messing with this right now. So I had a really good time.
Thank you. I really enjoyed being secretly in love with you for so long. Also enjoyed all of our scenes together. It's been really fun, and I'm sad that I have to leave.
Me too.
But glad that I could become a harbinger of the apocalypse and menace the earth.
Yes.
Yeah, you did get a rounded quarterly experience, and I'm happy for that. Okay, I'll stop the recording then.